Good afternoon, my name is Sabrina Greenwood and I'm a station agent. I've been a station agent for almost 5 years. The MTA will have you think that the cuts are because the union is greedy because we are fighting for our 4% raise. But how are we greedy for a 4% raise when Jay Walter himself makes $350,000 a year, plus the MTA gives him $5,000 a month for his housing allowance? They just hired a lady named Joan Ritters. The agency that she was come from was the most wasteful spending agency in all of New York. She's making $217,000. Her prior salary was $136,000. So how is there no money? You can pay managers, assistant managers, managers on top of six-figure salaries, and you want to cut service to senior citizens, to handicapped, to the elderly. You're having people stranded and they're talking about they don't have any money. They have money. Thank you.
New York City transit riders are suffering, and they're suffering miserably. I just want to point a couple of things out. It's my belief, and it's certainly the belief of the majority of people in this audience right now, that the folks up on that board are completely out of touch with what it's like to raise children in New York, to have an elderly mother in New York, to have to send kids to school, to have your wife get home from work in relative safety. It doesn't matter to them. It doesn't matter to them. They can afford to send their kids to private school. They can afford to do all kinds of things that average, everyday New Yorkers cannot. Mr. Waller brags about using the subway. He uses the subway, and he uses it with 2 armed bodyguards everywhere he goes. 2 armed bodyguards everywhere he goes. And here's the deal. You remove the station agents from the subway, it doesn't matter to you. Everywhere you go, you have armed security with you. What do you care? My wife doesn't have armed security when she's on the subway. My mother doesn't. It's not too late for you to do the right thing. Redirect the stimulus money, or a portion of the stimulus money, to save the bus service, to save the booths, to keep that vital layer of security in place. And by the way, Homeland Security recommended the station agents and the booths as a vital layer of security, which was integral to security in the New York City subway system. It's not too late. Use the money. Save our transit system. It's the people's system. It's not your system. You don't own it. The city of New York owns it. The riders own it. Thank you. Thank you.